Hello, welcome back to LiveENODING. In this episode, we're gonna try to recreate something like this. It's basically a way you can kind of scatter circle on the surface of 3D mesh equally. So it's kind of like a circle packing. So with the latest Sverchok, you actually have a node that does that for you. It's called Inscribed Circle. And let's take a look. If you actually use like something like sphere and plug this into the inscribed circle and then use viewer bmesh, and so this one doesn't work right away. You actually need a circle, and this circle can also be a triangle at first. So this inscribed circle will output a radius and the matrix for your circle. Okay, so right away you can see there are 48 objects being created, and we should see something. Okay, select all, view, selected. Okay, there we go. It's a slightly strange. We might need to actually triangulate the sphere. So ideally it should just work on the sphere, but apparently the algorithm doesn't work right away. You probably want to turn on merge as well, so it's a lot faster. This actually works better with an icosphere. So let's see, math. Yeah, it's not exactly like circle packing, but if you are using something like icosphere, this one's kind of a little bit better. So it's almost like a circle packing. And at this point, you can merge it, right? I'll delete everything first. We're gonna try to simply merge it differently using apply matrix. And so circle goes in there. We have the matrices. We want to join it. Matrix. And the output goes in here. So we have only a single object, and we can control the circle. Okay, cool. We can also perform some things like solidify. Solidify. So we can end up with something like this. It's pretty interesting, right? File, save as, circle thing. So the name is quite interesting, Inscribed Circle. If you're interested, there's also a new node called Steiner ELLIPSE. This one is also quite unusual. So let's give this a try. I never actually used this node. We can check it out. Call this different name. Okay, Steiner ELLIPSE. There's a center, F1, F2. Okay, this one will probably create the ellipse. All right. Let's try this. So we have the center, we have the normal. Maybe we can use matrix normal and use the center and the normal. And the output can be the ellipse itself. All right. Hide this guy. So the normal is almost correct. Maybe I'll try to get something. Okay, it's creating something almost like a flower, which is quite interesting, but probably not what we want. Let's see if I can get this to properly face. So if I make it really small, we end up with something that looks like a circle. I think with the ellipse is slightly trickier. We have this F1 and F2, which is kind of strange. Semi-major, semi-minor. Okay. Slightly unusual. So maybe for this node, we actually need to have a proper look at it. So we can't just use it. If you use GitHub Sverchok, you're probably gonna figure it out. So don't worry about this node for now. Okay, let's get back to this guy and displace using noise. Let's see what we can get. Okay, slightly interesting. We can actually animate this guy like that. Pretty strange result, but it's actually kind of interesting. We can actually bake this out. Okay, just another example of something strange that you can create using Sverchok. With the thickness, you can actually push it out. So with the noise displace, I mean with the inscribed circle itself, you can actually have the center and the normal that you can use to generate something else. So let's try. So matrix, normal, center, and normal goes in there. Turn on merge, and we can use cylinder for this. Let's reduce the size of the cylinder. And here with the matrix normal, you can actually find the right directions. Maybe center or change the height and change the radius. There you go. This is definitely more interesting, and you can animate the noise. Okay, so that's really how you can, just a simple example on how you can create, you can use this inscribed circle. So it's basically kind of like a putting a bunch of circle and kind of pack it into the surface of objects, but it doesn't always work. Okay, so keep that in mind. So this is how you can kind of put a cylinder on top of surface of an object. Yeah, so there you go. Hopefully you find this useful. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.